Hello and welcome to 5 Drive School of Motoring. It's Mohammed. I hope you guys are doing great. This is another real test video of one of my students, Mokhtar. He passed his test first time. I cannot remember how many minor mistakes he got. However, he went twice wrong during his independent driving. Anyways, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Okay, the test has just started. As you can see, it was Heaton Test Center and the time of the test was 9:07. So he's just moved off out of the car park and he's turned right. The speed limit will be mentioned at the top left corner. At the end of this road, examiner will tell learner to turn right. As I always mention in every video, if you're turning left, the speed limit will be 20 miles an hour. However, if you turn in right, as you can see the sign ahead of you on the left hand side and right hand side, the speed limit will be 30 miles an hour. Further down on this road, examiner will tell learner to pull up on the left somewhere safe. And then learner will be asked to move off again when it's safe. This is a normal procedure of the test. Examiner will normally ask you to pull up on the left 3 to 4 times. So they're just checking how good you're going to be parking. And also when you're moving off, are you observing enough? Are you looking over your shoulder or not? So it's just a normal procedure. Turning left at the end of the road. This is a closed junction, so you won't be able to see as much on the right and left, especially when you're turning right. So be very careful. Again, peep and creep on this junction. Now, up the hill, learner will be asked to turn left at the top of this road. Mokhtar deals with that junction quite nicely. He selects his first gear in time and then just crawls up the hill, observes and goes really, because it was all safe. You don't really want to stop there if it's safe, because then you will have to do the hill start. If you have to stop, just make sure you use your parking brake. But I've explained this hill in one of my videos. I'll leave the link and you can click that and watch that video. And then learner will be asked to take the next road on the right. And now examiner will tell learner to pull up on the left somewhere safe. And they'll move off again when it's safe, and then examiner will tell learner to take the next road on the left. And further up on the left, again, a learner will be told by the examiner to pull up on the left somewhere safe. So when you're parking, just make sure you're parking at the right spot, because sometimes there are parked cars on the right as well. So make sure if there's any traffic, they can go past you. There's no point stopping and next to a parked car on the right hand side. This is where independent driving starts. So Mokhtar is going to be following a sat nav for some distance. So examiner will set the sat nav up, and then Mokhtar will be following the sat nav for some distance. Okay, so they've moved off again, and at the end of this road, Mokhtar will be turning right. When Mokhtar took his test, there was a temporary traffic light in operation, which makes this junction a lot more easier. As you can see, it has just turned to green and he's going to move off. It's three-way controlled. However, now there's no temporary traffic light, so you've got to deal with this junction very carefully, because it can be very, very busy. So just make sure you observe and pull out only when it's safe, and you do not want anyone to slow down, stop or swerve when you pull out of that junction. So you're going to be going straight ahead towards Bingley. The left lane goes left only, so he's going to stay in the right lane. Okay, here examiner told learner to pull up on the left somewhere safe. It was 40 miles an hour road. Learner got a bit confused that can he pull up here or not. Well, he should have, because there's no double yellow line. So what he does instead, he gets confused, but luckily he doesn't do anything dangerous. He just takes this left turn, which was not told by the examiner at all. I've cut that video short because they had to turn round at the bottom of the road, and examiner guided him back onto the road again. But what learner does is goes straight ahead of this traffic light while the sat nav was saying turn right, so he misses this turn as well. But as I said, he's not done anything dangerous or serious, so it was fine, though he's gone in the wrong direction, but it was still okay. So now what happens is examiner tells learner to take the next road on the right. And then speed limit on this new road is 20 miles an hour, and before that it was 40. Now they're heading back to that road. Again, examiner has asked learner to pull up on the left, and they will be asked to move off again when it's safe to do so. And at the end of this road, learner will be turning right, and learner will start to follow sat nav again. Sometimes if you go on while following sat nav, you go towards the wrong direction, examiner might just guide you to get back onto the route again. But anyways, At the end of this road, learner will be turning left. So the 20 limit ends here and 30 starts on the new road. So on the original test route, learner was going to be coming from the main road down that double bend road. I can't remember what's the name of that road, but they'll be following the signs towards Skipton. Some of you who have done this test route, they would know this route. Well, it's already on YouTube anyway. Further down, the speed limit is changed to 40 miles an hour. And now they're heading towards Bingley roundabout. This is where they're going to be taking second exit towards Keighley and Bingley. I've explained that video as well. So if you can go on YouTube and watch it. It's second exit. I'll try and leave the link about this exit somewhere at the top as well. So he's just going to be heading towards Bingley bypass. So he deals with that quite nicely, approaches at the right speed, and then takes the exit. When you join this dual carriageway, the speed limit, you can see, will be 50 miles an hour. Okay, here learner will be taking the exit towards Bingley. So here, just make sure you check your mirrors and signal early because you're driving at 50 miles an hour. So you need to signal early to take that exit. And try not to slow down too early because you will cause people behind you to slow down as well. And ahead, the speed limit will change to 30 miles an hour. And coming up to the traffic light, learner will be following the road ahead. Okay, now learner will be asked to take the next road on the right and then next right again straight away. The speed limit is 20 miles an hour here. So he's going to go into that little car park on the right hand side. So he did really well to slow down because these turns can be a bit tight. So he's just going to go round to the right and then he'll follow the bend to the left. And this is where he's going to carry out forward bay park exercise. He takes it nice and easily and he does the parking quite nicely. As you can see, the speed is pretty slow. That's what you need when you're doing the forward bay park. Well, any maneuver you're doing, you need to be slow. And he's just going to be parking on the right hand side. Sometimes examiners do give you an option if you want to pull up on the right or left in any of the bays, but obviously right is always easy than left because you've got more room to do that maneuver. So if you've got option, always choose to the right if it's safe. Okay, so the parking is done. Now he's just reversing out of the bay to leave the car park. So he's reversed to the right and then he's gonna follow this car park to the left hand side. So there were pedestrians in the middle of the road, so he slows down, so he does well, but then he goes into this bay. It's okay to do that because pedestrians could be there for a long time. As long as you check your mirrors, it's all right. Now here you need to keep to the left and then out of the car park is going to be turning left. If you keep to the right too much, then again there could be traffic coming into that car park. And here he's going to be turning right and the speed limit will be 30 miles an hour again. And then coming up to the next set of traffic lights, learner will be turning left. So further up on this road, the speed limit changes to 40 miles an hour. Probably you can't see in the video, but normally that sign is very much clear, so you can't really miss it. And coming up to this next traffic light, learner will be turning right. There is a separate lane for you to turn right, so you will choose that lane. Again, the speed limit has changed to 30 miles an hour. Now they're going to be double mini roundabout. This is where SatNav told learner to just go straight ahead. Just make sure you observe on both roundabouts individually, because it's two roundabouts. And then coming up to the next roundabout, learner will be following the road ahead again. And the speed limit will change again to 40 miles an hour. And further down on this road, the speed limit will change to 30 miles an hour. And learner will be following the road to the right. Yeah, so he's going to be turning right at the next set of traffic lights. That's the reason. He's just going to position to the right. Yeah, and then you're going to see ahead there is a filter light on, as you can see there. So when that is on, you can turn without stopping. The car from the left turns in as well. So when it's gone off, you should be ready to stop. So he was just about okay, because the filter light, when it goes off, you should be ready to stop, because oncoming traffic is going to move at any second. And at this roundabout, learner will be turning a left. And independent driving ended on a previous road, so about 20 odd minutes you're going to be driving independently. So going up this hill, learner will be taking a left turn just after the Linfield Mount Hospital. Yeah, where that car is gone. So again, you've got to be careful with this one. Sometimes there's a bus parked on the bus stop, so you may have to be very slow, and there are parked cars on the right, so you might not be able to overtake the bus. Just approach a bit slowly so you are ready for any hazard. Okay, at this traffic light, Mokhtar will be turning left. So here you don't want to signal too early, because there's a junction on the left just before the traffic light. So just make sure you signal as you're going past that junction. Okay, and then further up on this road, learner will be turning right to go onto Scotchman Road. And then on Scotchman Road, the speed limit is 20 miles an hour. And then learner will be taking next road on the right onto Farfields Street, and then he's going to be turning left into the test center car park. So that was the full test video. I hope you guys have found this useful. As I said, Mokhtar passed. Congratulations to him. Now he's just going to park into one of the bays right across. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.